guide that I mentioned. So now we'll get into some of these specific questions folks submitted. Okay, so somebody asked, what about labeling of bagged items in shares? Does this require the standard RQ, identity, responsibility, and quantity, as a retail item at a farm stand or farmer's market? So what this person is referring to is there are food safety regulations that food labeling laws that once you bag an item, you have to put on there what the item is, like salad mix, tomatoes, and then who's responsible for it, such as Rachel's Green Acres, LLC. Generally, you're also required to put your address on this label, and then the quantity, like 1 pound of tomatoes. So inspectors can get pretty upset if you bag items and you don't put these labels on there. Now, I'm assuming what this person is asking is they're bagging for the purpose so that all the tomatoes aren't like rolling around the box, or so that the CSA customer just has one bag to pick up when they're coming to the site. My caveat is that this is truly up to your local inspector, whether they're from the health department or the Department of Agriculture, and their opinion may vary from mine. But from all the research that I have done, this is not a situation where you would need to label those bags. Generally, if you are offering those products for sale and the sale hasn't already occurred, that's when you need that label. But with a CSA, the sale has already happened. They've already joined or given you their money for the week. And so at that point, you don't need to bag it then. Okay. Somebody has a value-added CSA. Folks join the club. They pay dues at the beginning of the season, and then this group of folks distributes, jam, salsas, sauerkrauts on a weekly basis. And to be honest, this person submitted a question that was really was very detailed, and I didn't actually want to reveal their full identity to everyone here. So I disguised this question a little bit. So basically, this person they're running a CSA, but they've framed it as a club. And although they didn't say that in the in the question, in the survey, I think that they're probably arranging it as a club so that they don't have to go through the health code regulations. That's an idea that folks have caught on to around the country. And this is happening not just in the Midwest where I'm from, but it's popping up all over. And I have to say, this is definitely legally risky. There can be situations where a club does not have to comply with health code regulations. But again, when we get down into the law, having a contract that says I'm a club member, not a customer, isn't necessarily going to stand up in court. It has to look like a club too. And some of the factors that influence whether or not a thing is a club in reality is some sort of like membership criteria, regular meetings, a purpose for the club. It can't be basically a disguised sale. Even though this is happening around the country, and everyone should calculate their own tolerance for risk, this is definitely a risky thing to rely on as an exception from health code. It could end up badly, of course, if someone gets sick. That's generally how things